saying, come on, you got to be kidding me. But they've been consistent with that call, Phil, the entire game.
And for Cornell, at the time of puck drop, they were tied for the last in Division I. 13.1% on the power play. Their first goal here came on the man advantage with 5 seconds left, way back in the first period. As now Rand Pecknold and Mike Schaefer are talking to the boys.
Yeah, and we had a chance to look at Rand Pecknold during that last timeout. He was telling us guys, get tight down low, keep everything to the outside. That's Joe Duma, his fine assistant coach, who's talking to him right there. But that's exactly what Rand was telling him, saying, be tight down low, keep everything to the outside. Let's see if his troops can pay attention to the orders.
Well, Cornell just 14 power play goals all season. 2 of them have come against Quinnipiac. 1 in Hamden in January. Andre Sinitska got it. The other in the first period today. Jonathan Castagna, the Bobcats penalty kill, 89%, 3rd best in Division I.
And usually great penalty kills have great face-off guys.
Chernesky and his numerical counterpart Ryan Walsh stand over this one. Walsh gets it but cannot keep it.
It's offside.
Inside of the blue line, so Cornell has to vacate the zone, and that just gives Quinnipiac the opportunity to dial some important seconds off the clock. Puck goes 200 feet into the stick of Ian Shane. 6 minutes remain as Tim Rego starts the charge for Cornell. Hands back to Ben Robertson, to Jonathan Castagna, the hero of last year's championship game. We thought may have made the regrettable decision and costly moment in this game. He had the power play goal in the first period, the interference penalty in the third in the late stages that we thought was going to cost Cornell. The Big Red tie it up in short order, short-handed.
Quinnipiac going to keep the same defenseman on the ice. They're just going to switch the forwards up close on his offside for this face-off. Very difficult for him to win it.
Leddy and Gronewald, the 2 blue liners on the ice for the Bobcats. Quinnipiac a little bit spread out here. Jonathan Castagna, the bumper in the power play. Dalton Bancroft shot wide of Matej Marinoff.
That's what Quinnipiac's trying to force. They're saying, beat us from far, because we're not going to let you beat us in tight. They're doing exactly what Rand Pecknold wanted on the Quinnipiac side of things.
And keeping that puck in the corner in this half of the ice, the safest place it can be. But Dalton Bancroft, fade shot, score! Tim Rego sends the Big Red into the championship game. At 14:39 of overtime, Tim Rego, the game-winning goal. Mike Schaefer's time on the bench for Cornell continues. Quinnipiac distraught as yet again a Cleary Cup does not lead to a Whitelaw Cup.
3 players for the Bobcats get caught in the corner. You were correct on your call, Phil. And the problem when you have that is Rego, who's a right-hand shot's on the left-hand side of the ice. He's wide open. He tees it high and lets it fly. And that's the overtime winner. Rego's been a dominant offensive force in this game with Robertson, and Rego takes the pass and just drills it past Marinoff to make it 3-2 for Cornell.
Tim Rego, the defenseman, 3rd team all-conference, tied for 3rd on the team in points, coming in his 8th goal of the season, had 2 in the playoff opener against Yale, but dare I say, that the biggest of the year. Quinnipiac not leaving the ice as all overtime goals are reviewed just as protocol, but Pierre, I didn't see anything that would give the boys in Ithaca much reason for concern.
See all the gold sweaters down low. Look how wide open Rego is. He just pops out. He's going to take the relay from Robertson right here. See him back off, open up for the one-timer. He just drills that right past Marinoff. That's a great conception of a power play. A little over-aggressive play by Quinnipiac, and that's why we have a 3-2 margin.
And it kisses the post on the way in. Nothing Matej Marinoff could do. Cornell skating back to the bench. Referee Cameron Lynch makes it official. Cornell into tomorrow's ECAC Hockey Men's Championship. Matej Marinoff and Quinnipiac distraught. for the Bobcats. They need wins. They need to win by Denver against Arizona State. They need North Dakota to lose later. They need some pairwise things to go their way. Drew Hockley, whose penalty led to the deciding power play.
Rand's not happy. He thought there should have been interference. He's very upset with the officials.
He called for interference as well on the Castagna power play goal in the first period. But handshakes at center ice, the two preseason favorites in the ECAC. Cornell #1 in the preseason poll. Quinnipiac #1 in the regular season where it counts. Loads of mutual respect between these players. The Big Red, as unlikely as it seemed when they go a man down with a 1:50 to play in the third period, they move on to tomorrow's final.
Kyler Kovich is a hero because it's not for his goal from a bad angle on a mini 2-on-1. There's no way Cornell's back in this game, and Quinnipiac's already moved on.
This is the story of Cornell's season. They did not look like a championship team for much of the year. They did have injuries. Kyle Penny was out, but calendar flip to March. Ian Shane is back to the first team all-caliber player that we saw for all of last year. Everybody just finds another gear. They said yesterday they were inspired to play for Schaaf and keep his season going, and we saw a little bit of that when their backs were up against the wall.